Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Edgar from Solo Marketer here, and in this video, I want to give you an honest System.io review and what I've learned in the first 18 months of using it. And yeah, in this video, essentially just to kind of give you like a quick overview of what we're going to talk about. Obviously, we're going to talk about what System.io is and what it does, the downsides of it, also how often do they release updates, improvements, and new features, also what kind of things can you expect from a free account, and do you really need to pay for a paid account, or when do you need to, how much do you need to pay, all that stuff, right? Also, I'm going to talk about their support because that's kind of a big deal in my book when it comes to tech. Having proper support is a deal breaker for my experience. And also, yeah, if you stick around to the end, you have a 3-in-1 bonus. It's not just going to be one of those videos I'm going to tell you, oh, you can do this and that, and there's a free sign up link, affiliate link, right? You will be able to get at the end of the video, if you stick around, you'll get 3 bonuses. It's going to be a couple of funnel templates and also free training. So yeah, stick around, and those are all connected to System.io, and basically they're built so you can kind of hit the ground running with System.io with a free account today. So yeah, let's get right to it. So first of all, why am I doing this video? In case you don't know me, my name is Edgars, and I've been using System.io for the past 18 months. I've built over 100 funnels. I've sent a few 100,000 emails. I've built 20 courses. This YouTube channel, in case this is the first time you seeing me, there's at least, at the time of recording this, at least 75 different System.io tutorials, so go check it out as well if you're more interested in more details on each section that there is. But also keep in mind, I'm kind of biased, right? Because I've completely switched over to System.io, but I also want to give you my reasons on why I've switched over away from ClickFunnels, Kartra, and also I've used Kajabi, Go High Level, to all of kind of like most of the more popular ones, right, that are kind of in the same category. I completely switched over to System.io. So first of all, what it is, it's essentially a 9-in-1 tool as they advertise themselves, but at this point it's kind of more than 9. It's like 10 or 11. They've added some cool new features, which I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, pricing wise, and just to kind of show you the features, just to kind of a quick overview, essentially there's 4 price points. There's the free one, which it's not a free trial, it's free. So that's what kind of lured me in, just to kind of test it out, because I wasn't happy with the one I was using at that time. And I opened a free account. They don't even ask for your credit card, right? You just give them your email and then you open up an account. And as you can see here, the difference between free and all the other ones is basically with the free one, I think the only thing you don't get is the Evergreen webinar functionality, which is over here or here, right? The 2 more expensive ones. Other than that, it's all related to limits. How many leads you can have, how many funnels you can build, how many, just everything, right? How many courses, all across the board. It's all about the limits. So first, you can start off with a free one. Once you start making some money, that's sufficient enough, the free account, you can make enough money and more than enough to then, with that money, switch over to a paid account, which is kind of essentially what I did. Just I tried out the free one, see that it works, everything is good, the support is great, which I'll talk about in a second. So then I switched over completely. At this point, I've been with the unlimited plan for more than a year. But yeah, that's kind of a gradual thing. So you can start with a free one. Obviously, you get your 2,000 leads, unlimited emails sent, right? Email broadcasts to your leads. You can send them daily, you can send them weekly, monthly, whatever you want. Sales funnels, 3 is more than enough. 5 steps in each. You can build a blog/website, which we'll look into. We'll look into all the functionalities of a free account. And you can see here, you can build a course. You can have an unlimited amount of students. You can build a community, which I'll talk about as well. And you can have an unlimited amount of community members, right? As opposed to like a Facebook group, you can hold your own community. And you can just kind of go through System.io/pricing. You can just kind of check it out, all the features, right? Just kind of everything that's in there. But if we go into the account itself, this is kind of like a dummy free account. I'm going to quickly kind of guide you through all the features that are in here and just kind of quickly tell you what they're all about, what the functionality is, just so you know whether this is a good fit. And after that, I'll tell you what's missing, in my opinion, and what kind of some of the downsides are. So yeah, once you create a free account, this is the dashboard you see. You'll be able to see how many leads and how many sales you have in a certain time period that you've selected. And the first impression that I got, and I assume you might get as well, it's how simple it is. There's not a lot of noise, as opposed to the opposite of that would be, let's say, Go High Level, which is a fine tool, but it's, in my opinion, the opposite of System.io. System is really simple. but not simple as in it doesn't have that many features. It's really simple. It only shows you what needs to be shown. There's not a lot of noise. There's not things out of place. There's not too many things, and it's also when you click on things, they work. It's just really responsive as you click through things. You don't have to wait for 20 seconds for something to load in. Let's say I would click on like a contact section, right? As you can see, I barely finished a click. I'm already in there. So pretty much any case there is, you click on something, it's just going to be pretty much instant. It's really nice and clean and simple and quick. So that's with tech these days. Things are really clunky a lot of times. I appreciate that a lot. So when it comes to functionality, we just looked at the dashboard. What else you'll be able to find? You'll be able to find the affiliate dashboard, which essentially, let's actually minimize my face. Let's just move it away. You'll be able to see all the people that are kind of under your umbrella, people that you have referred to either System.io or products that are on the System.io marketplace, right? There's a marketplace where you or anyone else who's using System.io, you can list your own products, right? And then you can see kind of the statistics. You can see the more successful products. And then just basically, yeah, there's all kinds of categories. You can check out all that stuff. I have videos on that on my channel as well. But essentially, yeah, here's your kind of your overview. Here's your affiliate link to refer other people to sign up to System.io. And yeah, there's kind of all the dashboard. It's really simple, but it also gives you the leads with their email addresses. You get to see exact people who sign up through your affiliate link. So you get all that information. And also, yeah, like a list of invoices, basically like an overview of all the payments that you have received. And payments, as far as I'm remember, there were two options. You can get a wire or through PayPal. So you have options for that as well. And yeah, on the side, you can see all kinds of products that you can refer. And yeah, they're on the marketplace. So that's kind of the short version. You have the student dashboard, which you can click on, which essentially is all the courses that you have bought, right? So as just one example, this is my course specifically, just to show you it's really simple. You can change up the colors if you want, all that stuff. But yeah, here's the course, right? These are the modules. Under the modules, you have the lessons. So it's really simple. Scroll through, add video, add resources, add kind of, it's really bare bones and it's simple. There's not a lot of noise. You can choose to add more noise, more images, more custom coding, all that stuff, but it's really simple as it is and it's functional. And that's what a lot of people appreciate. It's just very easy to use. Yeah, and also there's the communities tab where it shows you what System.io communities you're part of. This is, yeah, their own System.io community, but other users of System.io can create their own free communities. So those are kind of here as well. Yeah, and the fourth thing under dashboards is the marketplace, which I told you about. You can go and search for affiliate products, right? This is like, I mean, it's not the same, but let's say, imagine you probably heard of ClickBank or, similar types of marketplaces where people put their products on, and then you can get your affiliate link and you can promote their product. So this is all kind of like a similar principle, but it's nicer and it's cleaner. And then you can see kind of the statistics. I like the data that you can kind of see how much people have sold this product before you. So you can kind of get information if it's, 0 for 0, if there's nothing has been sold, then maybe it's not as good of a product, right? But if it has sold, let's say $10,000 or paid out commissions, like thousands of dollars, then it's worth checking out, right? When it comes to the other sections, you go to contacts, right? We have the contacts list here. You can see, you can just filter all the basic filters, right? They're kind of their activity on the list and their name, email, all that stuff. You can filter by that. And here you can see, you can obviously create a contact manually one by one. You can import your list from a different platform. Let's say I switched over from ClickFunnels. So I just took my list and I just imported it in here. And obviously you can create, which we'll look at in a second, you can create funnels, landing pages, or just the forms on the website where people put in their name and email in exchange for something. And then people land on your contacts list. And then let's say you can email them, right? Or you can just see an overview. If you click on the lead, you can see all their information, their name, their address, whatever is needed, right? Their phone number. If you have tags specific, they might have a tag. Let's say, oh, they have purchased this product, right? You might have like 50 tags here. So the limits are essentially, yeah, that you can get 2,000 on a free account. You get 2,000 contacts maximum. I think with tags, you can only do one. And tags are basically, you mark people. Let's say every time somebody purchases a specific product, they get tagged a specific tag. Or let's say they sign up for this lead magnet. through this platform, right? Through, let's say, through Facebook, you advertised it, then you tag them with that, right? It's attached to a funnel. So tags are really useful in the long run, just so you can kind of segment people into groups. Let's say you have 1,000 people on your list and 100 have purchased this product, and you want to send out an email, promote it again. You want to exclude those 100 people who have purchased it because they already bought it. So you want to use this tag to kind of not send them that email, because what's the point, right? They're not going to buy it a second time. So that's kind of, the overview of the contact section. Pipelines is a relatively new feature. So essentially what it is, you can kind of map out your customer's journey, or essentially this as an example, you can have, let's say you have some sort of a funnel where you're gathering new leads, and then you want to convert those leads into high ticket clients through getting them on a call and selling your $5,000 service or course or whatever, right? Also, you can do it for, let's say you want to book yourself or on podcasts, right? As a guest, right? So you have a list of podcast hosts, and then let's say you have this list, and then once you make contact with a certain host, right? Here's a list. Each one of them get a specific card. Once you make contact with them, you move them to the next step, right? And once you've made contact, you try to book a call with them, or if they say no, you just move it to the no column. But if they booked a call with you, they're interested, then you move them to this column, right? And then you can, there's the negotiation stage or whatever, right? And then in the end, it's whether you've booked yourself on their podcast or no, right? All kinds of, this is just one example of how you can track each and separate lead. If you click on it, there's information on the lead, right? You can make notes. You can note down here, right? Reached out on December 1st, 2024, right? As an example, you can leave notes for each lead where they are in your specific customer journey or pipeline stage or whatever you want to call it. This is where let's say you have 100 people, prospects or whatever you want to call them. You have them all here, and then they will move through the process at different paces. So just so you don't get lost, you kind of keep track of them in this. And I think you can build one pipeline at this point. Doesn't matter if it's a free or a paid account, whatever. I think there's only one. That might change, but at the moment, it's only one. Another new feature is the calendar feature, which got released a couple days ago, maybe. This one, I'm kind of torn to kind of give you a full review because it's new and there's still a couple of glitches, which I reached out to support and just told them. So that's, again, nothing bad to say against system, but there were a few glitches. So this one, eventually what it is, you can create your own kind of event, right? Similar to Calendly. The downside of this is that it doesn't connect at the moment of recording this. Let's say when they book a call through your booking link, it doesn't connect them to any calendar, right? They get tagged and they get an email, they get all that stuff, but it doesn't automatically add an event like it would on Calendly, for example, on their Google Calendar, right? It doesn't just add it, so that's a big downside. But here you can set all the availability on specific dates and kind of, it's really simple, straightforward, and it has all the functionality that you want, right? Buffer, the start time increments, the daily limits. Let's say you don't want more than 4 calls per day, and they can be 60 minutes, but 15 minutes before that, nobody can book a call with you. So all these things that, let's say, a Calendly would have, it has. So obviously here's a list of your bookings, and also you can kind of set up your global availability. Let's say you have different types of events and booking links or booking forms. And then you can have one global set of, let's say, on these days I can do calls, right? And then on the individual events, you can set specific kind of different time frames if you want. And obviously, you can also, through settings, you can integrate it with Zoom. So that's another cool feature. It automatically integrates, or you can just give them a link to your Google Meets or whatever else, right? If you're not using Zoom. So it's really simple. But just my personal opinion, it's a bit glitchy, but they usually, if there are glitches, they fix them really quickly from my experience. I don't know about others, but no big worry. But again, I'm not going to give a full review. I'll probably do it a little bit later once they fix the initial glitches. On to the next section, the website section. So this one, they have the blog section, which is, let's just click on here. That's kind of just to give you an example. That's, I think, on the free account, you can create one. And what it is, it's basically a website builder, but also has the blog feature. So you can just build a website that has the homepage, the About Us page, the resources page, contact us page, right? Whatever terms and conditions, all that stuff, whatever a website might need, right? And also you can add in a separate part attached to it. You can add a blog, right? You can have blog posts besides just the regular pages, right? About and all that other stuff. You can have blog posts, and you can split them up into categories as well and all that stuff. But yeah, this is just a sample one. This is just from one of the System.io templates, but obviously it's not the prettiest because I was just kind of testing out features for another video. Another downside with the free account, as you look here, is it says powered by System.io. It will say that on your, which is kind of reasonable on any free account I've seen on tools like this. It will have that badge at the bottom. You don't have the option to take it off or take it out if you have a free account. And same goes for your emails. It's going to say powered by System.io at the bottom. But as far as I know, yeah, these are affiliate links. So even if it's there, and even if someone clicks on it and signs up for System, it counts as you referring them. So there's an upside to that as well. But yeah, the blog builder, website builder, there's another video on that on my channel as well. You can go check that out. But there's a functionality, a full-blown website. Connect your custom domain. I have a website there, and I build my own sales funnels there as well, which we'll look into. Just all that is here. You can have your whole online presence, your business can be just built on System.io on a free account. As for the funnels, this is obviously my favorite feature, my main selling point why I got on here, and a lot of people did. You have a limit of 3 funnels on the free account, which is more than enough. And what you do with these funnels is, you generate leads, you make sales. I don't know, just provide a page with like a link in bio page, for example, that you can do where you have like your buttons and they like on Instagram, right? You have a link in bio page, and then on that page you have links to your socials, to your website, to your whatever else. Like there's a bunch of buttons. So you can build those, all kinds of pages with the webinar or unlimited plan. You can also build an evergreen webinar funnel. So yeah, those are. Or you can build a custom from scratch. The way I usually recommend it is you can either build it from scratch or from System.io templates, or you can just take templates from somebody who's already done it, which in my case, you'll see them at the bottom in the end as well. There's proven templates. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just use someone else's template and change it up for your business, whatever you're selling or promoting. You can just kind of use that template as the foundation, as like the initial 80%, and then change up the wording and the images and the colors. But yeah, the funnel builder itself, let's just look at like this is a tripwire funnel, for example. And yeah, there's an opt-in page, there's a page that bridges them over to a sales page and a thank you page, just like a basic funnel. There's automations that you can attach. Let's say they sign up for a form, they receive an email. Or let's say they buy, they receive access to a course or a community or a course bundle or whatever, right? You can do A/B testing, which is split testing. You could split test a page, 2 different versions of a page. Let's say you're split testing above the fold, a red button versus a green button, whichever converts better. You can just remove the other one. So the split testing feature, it's really good, and definitely use it. And then the stats, you'll be able to see which page is performing better, right? Stats, really simple as well. At each step, how many people came in, how many converted, how many leads, how much money you made. It's just all outlined. It's really simple. Pick a date range, and that's it. Nothing more is needed. It's really just, it's all here. There's nothing really, that's why I like it. It's simple. Also, what kind of leads you've gained through this funnel and what kind of sales, and also deadline settings where you can set a deadline for this specific funnel. Once it ends, it like redirects people someplace else, right? The promotion is over. And if we look at the page builder itself, again, that's with the templates below. You'll get like instructional videos, and also you can look at my channel. There's a bunch of instructional videos on how to use the page builder. But just to kind of click on edit page, this is basically, it loaded in. I've used other page builders where taking me from that click to this page. I know it's a simple page. There's not a lot going on here, but even to a page like this, it would take you like 20 seconds, especially with me like recording this, it would take like 20, 30 seconds. This took 2 seconds at most. But yeah, simple. You have all these elements on the side, depending on what kind of page. Let's say on a sales page, you might have a few more elements. You can add the calendar, you can add a survey. One of the downsides of System.io, I think, is the survey element or /quiz element. You can use it for information collection to kind of like ask people questions, and they can select multiple choice, but not much more than that. You can't really do like personality quizzes or some sort of a test, except for under the course section, you can do a quiz where you test their knowledge But outside of that, you can't really do that, right? Let's say how knowledgeable are you in this topic, right? And then they go through the quiz, and based on the answer, based on how smart they are, let's say they scored under 30%, you want to guide them to one page. And if they scored like over 70, you want to guide them to another. There's no functionality of that here. Let's say as I don't know, what Kartra maybe would have, or whatever other quiz building tools might have those options. System.io doesn't have it, but it's all kind of personal preference. So it's in my case, it sucks, but it's not a deal breaker. For some people, it doesn't matter at all. For some people, it's a deal breaker and they're not going to use it. They're going to go to a different tool, right? So that's kind of like one of the downsides. But yeah, all the usual stuff: buttons, countdown timer, images, videos, headlines, text, bullet lists. All this stuff is the same as any page builder, but it's in this case, there's a few less elements on like a checkout page. There might be more of these elements on the side because they're needed, but this is all you need for a simple opt-in page. And then you click on elements. You can make changes based on whatever element it is, right? You can upload images, videos. It's all in here. You can host videos on System.io as well. You don't have to have a Wistia or YouTube video on it. You can upload it and it can be on System.io. And yeah, you can save and preview and all that stuff, right? So let's go back. Yeah, and pop-ups. That's also a functionality. And the last one under websites is digital stores, which essentially is like this is just, it's not going to be pretty, I don't think. Yeah, this was just me experimenting, although it's not the worst. You can create kind of like link in bio pages, right, that I mentioned before. This is another way to do it. This is another feature where essentially there's 3 elements. You can have a sign up form, you can have like an external link, you link to, let's say, an Amazon affiliate product, or you can have a button where they can buy your product directly on System.io. This is a simple way just to create a page like this within like an hour, and you just launch it to the world, right? So this is simpler. This is, let's say you have an Instagram account, you need to have something quick. You don't want to build a big website, this big project. This can be done in like an hour or two. Again, video on that on my channel, just like anything I'm talking about. All these sections, every section besides the calendar section, I've done a video on it already. Maybe by the time you watch this, there will be a video on the calendar section as well. Now let's go to one of my favorite parts, which is emails. There's 3 sections. Email newsletters, which is essentially email broadcasts, email blasts. This is where you just kind of, if you click create, you just send out a email once to either your whole list or a specific segment. Remember, I mentioned the excluding purchasers for an example. You can send it to like a specific part of your list based on the tags or their past activity. These are kind of like it can be an email newsletter, it can be a promotion, it can be just some value emails that you send regularly. You can do all that here, and the email builder is really simple as well. Again, check my channel for more videos, but it's simple. I like the statistics. It's really simple as well. And I like that they're being upfront about the pool in which you are. In this case, it's new user because you have to send, I think you need to have an account for at least 16 days and have sent out 500 emails to qualify for like the next level account. When you have a new account, you'll be monitored more diligently. I don't know if that's the right word, but essentially they're going to watch you. They're going to see whether you're the real deal or you just open a free account to spam people, right? So at first 500 or so emails, there will be delays, like every 100 emails you want to send or whatever. But afterwards, you're going to be put in one of the 3 pools, which is, I think it was low risk, medium risk, high risk, or something like that. I don't remember the exact wording. You want to be in the lower risk because then your email deliverability will be better, which essentially you'll be able to see the data here. It's like over 20% open rates. I think it's like under 1% bounced email rates, and the spam rates are low. Basically, the better the analytics, which you can see here, the better the pool, which I like that they're being upfront about it. Basically, the cleaner you are, the more honest you are, and then based on specific data, you'll be put in a specific pool, and it's really all transparent. But yeah, all the base statistics are here, and you'll be able to see individual email by email, and also you'll be able to see what links people clicked on in your emails and how often they clicked on them. Or how many people, I guess how often too. You'll be able to see that information as well. That's the email section. Campaigns. You get one campaign on a free account, but it can have, I think, an unlimited amount of emails. At least I've never reached the limit with a free account. It's essentially a chain of emails, or one email, but usually it's a chain, let's say 5 emails, a welcome sequence. Somebody signs up for your lead magnet, and they not only receive an email where you give them the lead magnet, but they receive a 5-day welcome email series, right? If we've signed up for anything in our lives, we've all received one of those chains. So within the next 5 days, you receive 5 daily emails. So this is where you set that up. Every time an action happens, it triggers an email chain as opposed to broadcasts where you just send it out to everyone at once. So that's the big difference. But yeah, there's the campaign, and then you have a bunch of emails in a list. And this is the email. The email builder is simple. Again, you can click in it, and then you can kind of go in and edit all that stuff. And yeah, it's all really relatively simple. And now let's head to the automations part. There's the rules part and workflows part. So rules are essentially, if this happens, then that action should take place. As an example, they sign up for a form, they get put into an email campaign, right? So the trigger is someone signing up to a specific form, and the action is them being added to a campaign. So that's one example. Another one might be if they purchase, they get put into this email sequence. Plus, they get tagged. Plus, they get added to this community, right? You can have many actions. I don't remember on a free account. I think there was only one automation you can do. And for workflows, it's basically more robust. You can do like if then, and then it can branch out, and there can be delays, right? It's kind of more complicated, more sophisticated. You can have more flexibility. With rules, it's really simple. This happened, this action will take place. With workflows, you can really kind of expand. You can automate your whole business essentially. So automations, a lot of stuff going on there. I think I made a video, or do I have to make that video? I think I need to create the video on this. Maybe I have. I don't remember. Go check the channel. The next section is the product section. Physical products, I believe that's another downside. It's not bad. It's usable. It's good. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's a robust enough feature. You can have like categories, right? You can sell, let's say in this case, different types of mugs, sizes, all that with their own tracking numbers. But there's some things that are kind of missing. I don't know, like let's say add to cart feature. Let's say like an Amazon type of page, right? You can add something to cart and continue buying. There's no such functionality here. There's more of a buy now feature. There's no like you can add things and then you can continue browsing. And also like integrations with third-party tools on how to like fulfill all this. This is still like a manual thing if you're just using System.io. It's fairly manual. Go check that out as well. I would not recommend System.io if you want to do it for e-commerce, then definitely no. It's not. If you want to use it for like websites, sales funnels, email marketing, course building, all that stuff, that's really good. If you want to just sell physical products mostly, then System.io will not be the best option. But again, don't get me wrong, it's good. If you, let's say you have a full online business and it's like a small part, let's say you have like a free plus shipping offer where you send out a physical book, it's like a small, like a 1% of your business, then yeah, then it's good. You can use it for that if there's not a lot of fulfillment through physical products. But if that's most of your business, don't bother with System.io. I wouldn't recommend. As for other types, there's obviously the orders section where you can see the orders. There's the coupon section where you can set coupons. That's how I do my test purchases. I set like 100% coupon, right? And I use it on the purchase. You can give people special promotional 30% coupons on, I don't know, on Christmas, for example, right? You can set them up here. Courses section is my favorite. For this one, you have a limit of 1 on a free account. And then obviously with the paid ones, you go up in the limits, how many you can build. But it's really simple. You can click on add a new course. But yeah, in this case, I'm just going to click on an existing one. As I said before, there's modules, there's lectures or lessons, whatever you want to call them. And if you go into an individual lecture or lesson, it's the same as the page builder. Remember, there's even less elements, but only the ones that are needed for courses. There's no like checkout elements, none of that stuff. So yeah, there's only the necessary stuff. And you can build it out as sophisticated as you want. Here, I did it simple. There's a video. You can do a direct link to like a YouTube video. You can do a custom embed, which is like coding stuff. But my favorite is you can upload a file and it's going to be on System.io. It's going to be hosted. It's for free. You can upload 1,000 videos if you need. It's unlimited. At least nobody has ever reached a limit. I don't think there's a limit. And you can basically build out every single lecture like this, really simple, with the columns, sections, content boxes. You can see all of it here. Everything is here. Let's leave. What else is there? Obviously, you can customize the theme and the look of it. For this, yeah, there's like colors and stuff, and you can just kind of, yeah, edit theme settings. You can go in and change colors and really simple too. There's not too much to it, as you can see. But you can pick like pre-existing themes and where you can do your own. Again, nothing too complicated. You need to deliver it. The course itself is good. It doesn't need a whole lot of bells and whistles, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's kind of the short version for courses. Communities. This is another one. They're updating, to be fair, they're updating communities as of recently. They're adding more new features, like little by little. Which I appreciate. But overall, again, if you're looking for something like, let's say, school or maybe like, which is the same thing on Go High Level, the communities feature, right? If that's like a very important part of your whole being online, of like your business, then it's fine. But there's better options out there. If you just need something free besides a Facebook group, it's a good option. It's functional, but it's not. It still lacks certain features. But yeah, like I said before, don't get me wrong. They're adding features regularly, but it's still, yeah, it's not as robust as you would like it to be. But if it's not good now, give it 6 months. They might start focusing on it because, yeah, at this point, they've been focusing on some more important stuff, which was like calendars, pipelines, some other features. So this hasn't been a priority, but it's a function. You can just as easily, you can connect it with, let's say you're selling a course and a community. You can just as easily do it here as long as you instruct people how to use it. Again, just like with, the physical products. Just like with physical products, if this is the main feature that you need, then System.io is not recommended. If it's only like a small percentage of your business, then it's completely fine. Or you can combine it with like Facebook groups or other platform, whatever. But this is fine. And I think there's also a limit of one with a free account. With paid ones, you get up to unlimited. So that's that. With sales, there's the transactions list, subscriptions, as in people that have subscribed to your stuff that has recurring payments. There's also the affiliate invoices where you owe people affiliate commissions. They promoted your product that you posted on the marketplace, and then it kind of shows the overview how much you owe in commissions to whom. And yeah, my affiliate program. So that's kind of, yeah, all kind of affiliate related. And yeah, as we reach the help part, so when it comes to support, I'm going to be completely honest with you, that's one of the main selling points of System.io, which they weren't that upfront about. They weren't like, oh, we have world's best support. But I truly believe they do. They're not hiding under anything. They give you support articles which are helpful. Let's say I wanted to add a custom domain from GoDaddy, System.io. The articles were more than enough for that, right? But I've seen others, they struggle or something else. They can always reach out to them. And it's really simple. They say that it's within 24 hours. From my experience, on average, it's been like within 4 to 6 hours. I don't know if that's because I have an unlimited account or maybe everyone, there's like that's my theory, but I don't know if that's the case. Maybe, people that pay money get a preferential treatment. Maybe they don't. Maybe the first come, first serve. So just to tell you, yeah, full disclosure, I'm an unlimited account user. So maybe that's why I'm getting the 4 to 6 hours. But I've never heard in my life that they're not responding within 24 hours, right? That they're responding within 3 or 4 days or whatever. I'm an active member of like the System.io communities. I talk to people about System. I've never heard a single complaint about their customer support. And that was one of the reasons why I switched over from one of the other big ones out there. It's essentially they either don't respond or they respond within 3 or 4 days, or they keep like escalating you to different departments. Like it's a mess. And you're frustrated because tech, even if I've been working with tech a lot of years, I still get stuck sometimes, so I need help. And if there's no support for this tool that you're using, what's the point, right? There's some other ones that I've had big issues with that to get support, you have to pay someone essentially. They offer this for free. Just a recent edition, they promise, at least as of recording this video, they promise you if you're a System.io user, if you have a domain purchased, but it's not connected to System.io, they'll connect it for you for free. Just reach out to them, but you need to have the custom domain purchased. So that's, who else does that, right? So that's another big upside. But yeah, support, I can't stress this enough. Whatever tool you choose of this magnitude, right? Not just like a simple, let's say a screen recording tool like I'm using now, but just like a big tool that's the backbone of your business. It needs to have good support, even if you're an expert, right? And System.io, that's one of their biggest upsides, and that's why I highly recommend them. And I guess the last thing I wanted to mention was, which is a big thing for me, it frustrates me, it frustrates quite a few people that I've talked to about just tech in general. It's about the glitches and downtime. How often do things break with System.io? And from my experience, maybe it's like once every month or two, something like just their servers go down for 5-10 minutes or whatever. That's from my experience. Maybe it's a coincidence, but I've been using it for 18 months, so it's a big enough sample size. Some things go down, but it's never a thing where, let's say, weekly, it goes down for hours, right? Where things, you click on them and they just don't work all of a sudden, or the buttons are relocate or whatever. It's just like sometimes it just gets glitchy, or you click on something and the wheel keeps spinning and it never takes you to the place. It just gets stuck in an infinite loop. There's no such issues with System. So again, the foundation is good. I've seen other tools, they set a complicated foundation for the tool itself, and every time they add more stuff, the foundation is so wobbly that the tool itself, they cannot make it better with new features, right? They add in these features, but it's not going to become better. It's just going to become more and more complicated and glitchier the more things they add. I don't get this feeling with System.io. It's quite the opposite. They have a good foundation. It started really simple, and it's adding these really simple updates. They're adding these features, which features like this, like pipelines and calendar. As of recently, it's December 2024. They're adding these once every month or two. There's something really big, like these three digital stores, calendar, and pipelines. These are really big ones. They were added within maybe like the last 4 months, these three features. So don't get your hopes up that this is always going to be the case and they're going to add these big things every month. But that's kind of along with like the small things that they add, small improvements, the UI stuff, and there's not a lot of glitches, but more like UI to make it like better looking or more easier to work with. Those things are fairly regular. And those are, if you're part of the System.io Facebook community, it's the one with 150,000-ish people. You get these announcements all the time, and they send out emails as well about new things that are being updated. So yeah, fairly regular, and customer support. Can't stress this enough. That's one of the bigger selling points. But again, yeah, that's kind of a try to make it as short as possible, but it's pretty verbose. But it's kind of based on my 18 months of experience with System and why I'm still sticking with them as opposed to some of the other big ones. Obviously, price plays a role, but you start with a free one and you only get a paid account once you actually need it. Don't just dive in and get an unlimited account because it's a good price, right? The most expensive plan on System.io is still cheaper than the cheapest plans on the Kajabis, ClickFunnels, and Kartras of this world, which are fine tools, but in my opinion, they're overpriced. System.io fills that void. They kind of step in and they make it reasonably priced without sacrificing quality. They keep it simple. The support is good. Nothing breaks. Everything works. And yeah, it just works and for a reasonable price. But start with the free one and upgrade like I did. I started with the free one, then I upgraded to the webinar plan because I needed more funnels. There was a limit of 50, I think, on the webinar plan. And then in the end, I just needed to upgrade to the unlimited one. But yeah, if you want to start out, I'm not just going to give you a link, sign up for free and figure it out yourself. There's obviously, besides my YouTube channel, there's also in the description, you'll be able to see a couple funnel templates where essentially once you sign up, you get a one-click, you click on the link once and it gets added into your System.io account. So like these templates, right? These are all custom templates. You click on the link once, then when you receive it, and it just gets added and all of its glory is going to be here. And you're also going to receive an instructional video on how to edit everything. So there's two of those templates. There's a sales page or sales funnel template. There's also a lead generation template. And the third one is a free training on how to create like a funnel that not only generates leads on autopilot, but also gives you the opportunity to generate automatic sales on autopilot with some of those leads that sign up within minutes. Some of them can buy your products, right? So those three things, go check them out below. Leave a like, subscribe if you stuck around this long. You probably found some value in the video. Go check out the rest of the channel. And yeah, leave a comment if you have any more questions. I love answering. I answer to every comment there is. So, test me on this one. And yeah, but that's it for this one. Go check out the templates. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.